when people say, oh, I want to write a book, but I don't have time, then the question is, well, what do you want to achieve? If you want to achieve that book, then you have to set aside time. So you and I set a time for this interview. We both have turned up on time because we respect each other. We're doing this. This is fun for us, but this is also work for us. So if you're serious about your book and you respect your creative process, then book a time in your calendar, turn up for the book as if you would turn up for someone else you respect. So as much as I do respect you, you and I have just met. So surely I should respect my own creativity and my own goals more than I respect an interview with someone I've just met. And so when people say, oh, I don't have the time, they do have the time. It's just they're prioritizing other things. So again, tip for listeners, get out your Google Calendar or whatever you do. And I plan my writing hours out months in advance. And I put in my writing blocks and then I turn up and I do the work. And sometimes that work is awesome and it's fun. And other days it's like, oh, that's a grind. That is a super grind. But you do it anyway because, well, for me, this is my job. It's not your job. It's not your entire job. But what do you think about that?
That's amazing. It is about prioritizing because we can't
Mm,
do everything. Believe me, I've tried. You can't do
me
everything.
too.
You have to decide what's most important. And
Mm.
actually, that's great advice. Block out the time for those things that are most important. And we do some great work if we're given some quiet and some solitude. Some great things can come from that.
Yeah, and you don't know how long necessarily it might take. Like that book Pilgrimage, I had like 100,000 words of stuff when finally it clicked in my brain as to what that was. But that book is so important to me and it's helped a lot of other people. It's kind of midlife memoir as well. But you just don't know where that book's going to end up. I didn't know when I wrote that book, Career Change, back in like 2006 to 2008, that it would change my life in the way that it has. I could not have foreseen this future, but by taking that time and doing the work, it turned into a book. And Seth Godin had a thing on this years ago. It was the book you write may change your life. It might not change someone else's life, but it might change your life. And that's actually just as important.